Hey everybody, welcome back. If we haven't met, my name is Chris Jamison. I'm a local real estate agent here in Omaha, and this is my go-to lender.
I'm Brian Farley. I'm with Charter West Bank here in Omaha as well. Thanks for
All right.
having me.
We're going to hop into what's going on in Omaha this May, talk some real estate stats, some events, and anything else that we might ramble on to.
Yeah, we got plenty to dive into happenings around Omaha, so it'll be good. Chris, so tell me about your last month. How'd everything go? Where were you guys at?
Yeah, so April was pretty busy. Obviously, Easter. My church held a Easter egg hunt for kiddos at Metcalf Park, so we were out there the weekend before, doing the Easter egg thing. I went and previewed a really great acreage. I shot some video there that maybe you've seen. It's posted, everywhere. So, really great, like 10 acres with a 2-acre pond,
Really?
right next to the river. Beautiful home, kind of a lodge type setting. It was awesome. So that was fun. And then the other day we stopped by a really cute Central American themed coffee shop down in Ralston called Coffee Alley. It's got I'll share some video of what we took there. So
That's cool. Very nice.
how about you? What's been going on for you?
So yeah, likewise, April was real busy. Easter, I spent in of all places, Kansas City for a youth volleyball tournament. So that was a lot of fun. Team did really well, so that was good. And then we came back from that, and we had I have two daughters at Marion High School,
Mhm.
and so they had their field day, which I'm not going to try to explain it, but it was at Baxter Arena and an amazing event. So
All
that was
right.
really good.
Cool. Well, let's hop into some of the new developments we're seeing here in Omaha. First up, we have the Project Game On, which is going to be huge for Omaha North High School and the Butler Gas YMCA. They are getting a actual stadium, so they don't have to go to Northwest anymore to play
Yep.
their games. So that's going to be great for that
You showed
community.
me pictures of it that they have posted. That looks
Yeah, yeah.
fantastic.
So it looks like, I think they're going to do a lot of the same stuff like they did at Westview
Yep.
with the YMCA that's included with the high school type thing is how I read it, which I think is a really great concept. Like you're getting double use out of a lot of those amenities that are
For sure.
able to be shared between those two places. So that'll be huge.
That's going to be really big. WarHorse Casino expansion.
Yeah, so they added a bunch of new jobs, 130 plus new jobs, and a restaurant and some other amenities. I'm not a big gambler myself. I don't think
Yeah, I
you
was
are
going to say,
either.
have you been there?
I
you
have
been
not.
to WarHorse? No.
I have not. I know that going down 72nd and Q there was backed up construction forever when they
Yeah.
were working on that, but I have not been over there. I'm not a big gambler, but
Me either.
maybe we'll hit up a horse race or something at some point. I don't know.
Well, then we wanted to talk about the skyline of Omaha changing, right? The
Yeah,
new,
so Mutual of Omaha's up to what, 32 stories now? When it's all said and done, it's going to be
go big or go home, right?
the tallest in the state, right?
Yes.
So it's exciting to see that starting to come up. And you had a couple things that you'd heard about updates, right?
So some developments I heard about in Omaha that were actually now not happening. So
Okay.
rumors are, and I think there was plans for a chicken and pickle space going in near Tranquility.
Okay.
And I think that is no longer happening. And then I also heard Fleet Farm, for those of you that are Fleet Farm fans, was supposed to be building in Gretna, and they have now put that on pause or maybe altogether not happening.
Okay.
I don't know.
Is there anything to do with the outlet mall and all that?
I think it was going in closer to 370
Okay.
in Gretna, but I don't know. And
There's-
decided to put a pause on that or not come at all. So
Yeah. Seems like there's always some controversy or stuff going on around that
Outlet malls.
Outlet mall.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot going on. I mean, there's a lot of construction and dirt moving over there too. So.
yeah, always something going on in that area. All right, so let's switch gears a little bit and hop into what we're seeing in the market right now. So median home sale price this April was at 318,000, which is up 2.9% year over year. So even in the rough market, we had our sales meeting today, and the national numbers were, I think in 2019, which was the last normal year we've had, before
Pre-COVID,
COVID and
yeah.
then all the turmoil afterwards. So that was, I think we had like 5.5 million homes for sale nationwide,
Wow.
and the last 2 years have been around 4 million.
Okay.
So, extrapolate that out into our general market, we're still seeing a sales price up, 2 point,
But
almost 3%.
I feel 2.9% is not bad.
It's healthy.
I think
It's a
that's,
healthy number.
yeah. I mean, it's not, 20%, 18%, 10%
No, but for
price
all those,
increases.
but for all the people that are saying I'm gonna wait for the market to crash,
Yeah.
don't don't hold your breath.
Yeah. Don't be waiting out for
Right.
that. That's not probably gonna happen.
Average days on market is at 26 days,
Okay.
which is up 6 from last year. So what that tells me is that a lot of people are trying to see if interest rates are going to change. And maybe you can give us a little bit of a
Sure,
clue into what
absolutely.
we're seeing there. So what are we
So-
seeing with interest rates?
So interest rates right now, currently as we sit, are still upper sixes, but really a lot is hinged tomorrow on the BLS jobs report. We
Okay.
have a lot of, tariff news, inflation news came out this week, and it was positive for rates. So the outlook really is rates are going to still continue to get better all the rest of this year. So we're hoping for a favorable BLS jobs report tomorrow, and then we're going to see what happens from there. But I think that looks really
And
good
then
for rates.
one thing we talked about in our sales meeting was that the mortgage rate seems to have decoupled a little bit from that bond rate. Is it
Yes.
that they were about 2%?
Normal is
yeah,
2%.
And now we're at 3, and it's going the wrong way.
It's going the wrong way for sure. And that's, they like to keep it there, but the markets have been acting irrationally here lately. So,
Okay.
so yeah, I think that is going to go back down to some normal
Which will
spread,
yeah.
if you
So
will.
if we were at 2%, that would put us in that.
Probably 6.25, 6 3/8.
So
below 6.5 for sure.
Yes.
Maybe even upper fives.
Okay, which would be great. I don't want to see rates go too low, because then we're going to see bidding wars, and we just don't have the inventory
Correct.
to sustain a 4% interest rate, a 3% interest rate. Like just not enough homes available. Like, unless you want to go back to being one of 25 offers on a home,
Those are rough times,
yeah.
right? I mean, the buyers don't like that. Sellers love it.
Sellers love it, but they also have to buy too, right?
They do have to buy.
Unless they're going to go homeless or go live in an apartment, like they've got to buy too. So
yeah,
it's much more healthy, in my opinion, to have a rate, and if you can stomach that rate, buy now, and when rates go down, you own the house, you can refinance. You don't have to fight anybody for that refinance. Like, you're gonna get
yeah, it's already your house.
Yeah.
We also have coming up, Chris. We have the Fed funds meeting. It's coming up actually next week. So there's some talk about potentially them lowering rates in the Fed funds rate. So that would probably in turn help people. So
Gotcha. And the next thing we have is 26.5% of the homes that sold in April in the Omaha market sold for over ask price.
Wow.
Now, I think a lot of those are probably in that under the median price range of 318. We're kind of seeing that stuff in the higher price points is sticking around a little bit longer, and buyers have a little bit more negotiation space and wiggle room there. But definitely in those lower,
So
like
north, you're saying north of 318,000, 400, 500,000
yeah,
price
those
or
are
higher.
Yeah, those are sitting there a little bit longer, and you got some time to work, which is good if you're a move up buyer, right? Because you have a higher likelihood of a seller taking a home sale contingency on your under $318,000 home.
Yeah.
And then that way you can get the home you want, and then put your house on the market, get it sold quickly so that you can extinguish that contingency and move forward with life, and not have to worry about losing out on the home you want because you're up against 18 people that don't have a home sale contingency. So great time to, if you can stomach the rate. I mean, but the other thing is, it's like, you have a ton of equity. If you bought 5 years ago,
yeah,
the amount of equity you have is insane.
So are you also seeing on, some of these are going over ask price? Are you seeing buyers though still being able to get closing costs or using closing costs paid from the seller to do interest rate buy downs or anything
Yeah,
like
I mean
that?
that's more of a case by case basis in my experience. Like I just held an open house over in Morton Meadows last weekend, super cute house, but ended up with 8 offers, and I think they had like a
Wow.
appraisal gap of like 20-30 thousand on it. So but that's Morton Meadows is a pretty popular
Yes,
neighborhood,
it
and
is.
it was a cute house. Like it's if you're gonna if you want the like best house of the week, you might be up against a few people.
Yeah.
The median price per square foot is up to $218, which is up 3.8% year over year. So that kind of gives you an idea of, the home sale is up 2.9, but price per square foot is up 3.8. So that tells me, the difference is somewhere in the middle there, right? Like, there's obviously a different size of home that's selling for
True.
more, or, I feel like probably what makes the price per square foot go up is those smaller homes that are under 300 are selling for
Selling for a lot.
significantly more than $218 a square foot, which
Median
brings the
up.
median up. Yeah. Is there any other market fluctuations, market insights that you are seeing?
You know what? One thing I'm seeing is, and you kind of mentioned this, but the homes that are, you know, put together, they look great. Just like your Morton Meadows one, they're getting multiple offers. So the ones I'm seeing that my buyers are very interested in are those homes that are done, move in ready. They can
Mm-hmm.
go set their stuff down, live, and buyers are willing to go top dollar for that and fight for it. So I keep getting calls from buyers saying, "Hey, can you work up the numbers on this house? What if we go over a little bit? What if we, don't ask for closing costs because we need it, but we really want this house?" So
Mm-hmm.
those are the things I'm seeing as well. And if it's priced well, buyers are, and it's in good condition, buyers are willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's
that's a great insight. And then we were talking earlier, and you had a client who had reached out to you about the viability of doing repairs on the home.
Oh, yes. So this is a great question for you, I think, because we were talking a little bit about this. One of the questions this buyer was asking me was they had a home to sell, and they're like, "Do I put?" And it needed work. Carpet's bad, and just it's dated, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's worn out. But they were asking me, should I put money into the house now to get top dollar, or do I just sell it as is? Just let somebody else deal with the new buyers. They can pick out the colors they want, the carpet they want. They
Right.
let them deal with it. So I'm just curious, like, how do you advise people what the best use of their dollars are? What makes the biggest bang for their
So
buck,
yeah, I
if you
get
will?
that all the time. Is when I meet people that are thinking about selling, they say, "What do you think about this? What do you think about that?" And what I tell them is, and a lot of times they're like, what if the buyers want to pick out their own colors or pick
Yes.
out like so looking at it through the lens of a buyer, they have so much stress like moving and trying to buy a house. They don't want to have to think about, oh my gosh, I gotta like go pick out paint colors, and I gotta go hire somebody to put the carpet in, and I gotta do like they just want it to see it and be ready to move into it. And
Yeah.
and that's so when I talk to sellers, I tell them, carpet, paint, landscaping, you're going to get every dollar you put in plus some for those type of things. Like anything you can do to make the house look like it's in move-in ready condition is going to pay out, two, three, four times what you put into it. Now,
Gotcha.
and I'll throw this chart up here, for you guys, but some of the other repairs or things that you can update you're going to see a great return on investment are a new garage door, a new front door, or even painting the front door. Like
Yeah, I see
paint
that a lot.
paint the front door and put a new hardware on it. Like if you've got like the door lock that you can't like get the key to work right, like you got to imagine like every buyer that comes in your door is standing right behind their agent. Their agent is sitting there fiddling with the key, and the longer that they fiddle with that key, the more they're looking around and seeing that, oh, the paint's a little cracked over here, or there's a hole in the siding there, or the landscaping isn't the greatest. Like,
Yeah.
so if you can make the front where they're gonna spend the most time like sitting, waiting, and looking, like first impression, the better you can make that look, the better off you're gonna be on making a good impression with your home.
So it goes back to like your landscaping, like mulch and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
make it clean, crisp, nice.
Replace the door lock.
Replace the door lock. Yeah. Make sure it works.
If I have to go back to my truck and get like my graphite stuff out to like make the key work, like it's just not good news. You know, a couple other things on here. Updating the stone veneer on the home, it was 153% of a return on investment. And then a lot of people start talking about kitchens and bathrooms, right? Like
Yes.
that's like the big ones. You're probably not going to get all your money back out of that. You know, you're going to get most of it, especially if it's super dated. Like that could turn some people off, but you know, those are fairly expensive renovations to do. And you probably won't see all of it back out. I think this chart has kitchens at 96% and a bathroom at 73.7%. So definitely worth it, like especially if you're wanting to sell quickly and for top dollar and you just want to be done with it, like, and you have the resources to do, you know, a kitchen renovation, then by all means, like it's going to help your home sell faster. You just probably won't see 100% of the money back out. So if you are wondering, you know, where you're standing with, you know, doing repairs or anything like that and where your home's value is, I'm offering up a free home value estimate for you. It depends on where you're at. Like if you are, you know, thinking about selling the next year or two, I'd be happy to come out to your home, look at everything, you know, kind of give you my opinion on what you're going to get a return on investment for. Or, you know, if you're just curious, like where you're at and maybe you're thinking about a HELOC or something like that, and you need to know kind of where you'd be appraised at, I'd be happy to look at your home, you know, just the data on your home and give you a ballpark figure for your home's value.
I think that'd be worthwhile for people to do, especially if you're looking to move fairly soon.
And no problem on my end. Like you're not wasting my time by asking me to do that. So reach out. I'd be happy to do it for you.
All right. So do you want to go through some events
coming
up in Omaha?
Yeah, let's talk about what's going on in Omaha. This weekend we have the second weekend of Junkstock.
Yep.
Have you ever gone?
I have not gone, but I have a lot of friends that are vendors out there.
Okay,
and absolutely love that event.
I know. I've been out there the weekend after.
Okay.
Because they do like
multiple weekends of it.
Well, there's 2 weekends, and then after they like it's, at least in the fall one, like they sell like apple cider donuts and like they have all the pumpkins and just decorations. Like and you can go in there and buy like all those for real cheap. So we go in afterwards like scavengers and get the cheap stuff. But yeah, my wife loves to go. I have never gone myself. I know people that are vendors out there, and it's a huge,
very popular. People seek it out.
Yeah, it's a huge thing.
Good. I know we also have this weekend is the Berkshire Hathaway meeting.
Yep. So
this weekend,
and that's at the CHI. Is that
CHI,
right?
Saturday, and they have the Borsheim's event this Thursday, and then they have the Nebraska Furniture Mart event. You know, so they got a lot of stuff at Berkshire Hathaway. A lot of people in town for that.
Yeah, event. A lot of people, and there's discounts everywhere if you have your credentials or whatever, right? So if you know anybody who has the stocks and they have the credentials, maybe if they aren't using them, ask them. Or you know, if you are, then go take advantage. Go buy some new furniture.
Yeah, that's right. Also, Cinco de Mayo festival.
Yeah, so South Omaha has a huge Latino population, and they do it up right.
I know we have a brand new branch, Charter West branch in South Omaha that we have Cinco de Mayo event. We're participating.
Okay,
in that
nice.
As well. So
yeah, we've always wanted to go as a family. Haven't really found the time that works for us yet, but I definitely want to try to make it down there this year to partake in the festivities.
Yeah.
I think it seems like a great time down there. So
yeah.
Next we got Hamilton coming to the Orpheum.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's huge, huge, huge musical. Have you been?
I have not been to Hamilton yet.
I have not either. I've watched it on. Is it on Disney? I think
Yeah.
it was on Disney. Yeah, I watched. I mean, great, great show. Would love to see it. I don't know if I want to pay the. I was looking at tickets the other night. They were like minimum of $60
Okay.
before even the fees. So
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe.
I know there's a bunch of really good performances going on right now at the Omaha Community Playhouse.
Okay.
I have some friends that are in one now, which is Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville, and then they also have one following that, which is the Titanic. I have a friend that's in that musical
Okay.
at the Playhouse, so I'm buying tickets for those events.
Support your friends.
Yep,
You gotta do
support my
it.
friend. And they said the Titanic, and just if you're looking to go to that, it's not based off the movie, but it's based off real life facts,
Okay.
stuff that they know, and even the people in the musical said they learned stuff about the Titanic.
So we're not gonna have
Happenings.
Rose and Leo and
No,
the whole jewel missing.
but so yeah, if you want Omaha Community Playhouse, look at events there.
All right, sounds
There's a lot
good.
of
Next
stuff
up, we
going on.
have the Summit League baseball tournament. So that's Omaha UNO's
Yep.
conference, right?
Correct.
And
So
they're hosting this
Mhm.
year. So the winner of that will go on to
I think the regionals,
regionals,
and
and
super regionals.
hopefully make it back to Omaha
Yeah,
for the big dance, the big tournament in June, which everybody looks
CWS,
forward
baby.
to. Yeah. And then we have George Clinton, the
Yeah.
Parliament Funkadelics, coming to Steelhouse on May 24th.
I've heard a lot of people talking about
Really?
this. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's highly sought after. So
Right.
that'll be a fun event. Steelhouse is beautiful too.
And George Clinton's fun to watch. Like he's got some energy, so
Yeah.
that'll be a good show.
That'll be really good.
All right. Next, I wanted to talk about a local hidden gem. This time of year, I think if you aren't going to check out Memorial Park, you're missing out on something. They got that rose garden out there that right now is just starting to grow, and it's a beautiful place to just sit and read a book or have a walk.
The weather's getting so great, and
Yeah.
that's just a perfect park to go to. A lot of people, it's surprising how many people don't go there, or they might
Right.
go there for a huge festival in the summer, music concert, but they don't just go and enjoy it. And
Yeah.
consistently when I drive by, I see people playing catch, football, frisbee.
There's stuff
just
going
a
on all
lot-
the time
lot
out
of
there. And
stuff
I
going on.
live, I live in Benson, so I'm within a 2 mile radius or so of there. But I feel like a lot of people, especially if you live in the west side of town, like it just is not on your way to anything
yeah.
unless you make unless you make an effort to get out there. So definitely, make an effort to come visit the Memorial Park area. Stop by Dundee, have a pitch pizza or a falafel at Amsterdam,
Yes.
and just enjoy your time.
Some e-creamery ice cream.
There you go.
Mm.
Well, that's about all we have for this month. Thank you for tuning in, and feel free to reach out anytime if you have any questions about buying, selling, or just what's going on in Omaha. I'd be happy to connect with you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. This has been great.
Yeah, have a great one.